Okay, so I told you guys that I was not going to post again for maybe 2 weeks or something, but oh well. Hope you don't mind, but just a heads up, I talk really fast in this video, so try to keep up, all right? So, okay. Um excuse me. Hi you guys. I just had to, and I know none of my stuff is running. I'll fix that later, all right? But I had to sit here and do this real quick because I just did something really funny. I think it's funny. I've got two phones, my work phone and my personal phone. All right. So I just left a voicemail for the director of our department. All right. And I called her up and I said, so Monica, you called me while I was driving home a few minutes ago, but there was just background noise. So I think you butt dialed me. But if you if you need to call me or if you need to talk to me, let me know. Call me back. So and because I spent a lot of time with her today, um, getting her new iPhone set up, loading all the apps and all the stuff, Microsoft Outlook and Teams and Authenticator and company portal and all that stuff, getting all that set up for her. So she's just the best person. Like, we met in a conference room and she gave me a big hug and she's like, "Jim, it's really good to see you. You're looking really good." And I'm like, "Well, thanks. You too." But she said, "So how's it going?" I said, "Well, really, really good. I mean, except for a little bit of neuropathy and, um, but just the sweetest person." And so, we proceed to, like giggle and laugh about stuff and joking around while I'm working on her phone. I joke around with all the users. I mean, it's like, people have hard jobs. Probation officers, in case you guys didn't know, if you're new here, I work in community corrections. I do IT stuff in corrections. But probation officers meeting with clients, all the stuff they got to keep track of, it's a hard job. I tell them all the time, there's no way I could do your job. I would have stuff so screwed up, but so Monica and I are just levity, just banter, and just she's got a tough job. She doesn't report to anybody except the county commissioners. That's who she reports to, right? So all the rest of us are under, deputy directors and, assistant deputy directors and then supervisors, managers, and then, way down here is me, right? So, but we get along great. And so I just thought it was really funny. I'm driving home and I get this call from Monica. I'm like, uh-oh. Hello? Anyone there? Anyone? Hello? Can you hear me? Well, okay. So I hung up and Monica, I think you butt dialed me, but if you need to talk to me, call me back. I just thought that was really funny, so I had to tell you guys about it. That's what I do on here, right? If you're new here, this channel really isn't that interesting other than I just tell you guys all the goofy stuff that happens, right? So I'm providing entertainment. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. Let's keep going. We'll figure it out as we go or something. I don't know. I'm going to put my jammies on now, get out of my work clothes. No, I don't wear a hat at work, but I wear a hat here, right? All right. So welcome. Let's let's do something fun. I don't know. Okay, so I don't think I've ever slid in here twice in the same video. Now, those of you that have been around for a while, what am I on Friday nights? I'm in a good mood, right? Well, it's rare when I'm not in a good mood, but I put my jammies on, what goes on, from desk height down is nobody's business, but yeah, I put my jammies on. I put my jammies on. I'm in a good mood. How many YouTubers say they put their jammies on and then show you their jammies? Yeah. So all right. So I told you I would do this. So let's do that. All right, that, and then we have to do this. Hang on. This. Sorry if this is boring. Wait, hang on. Just hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna interrupt myself, while I get this stuff running, but whatever. But so I'm doing editing, and I just realized on my personal phone, Monica called my personal phone. I don't know how she got this number, but so I noticed in the call log, missed call. So I called her back, and I'm like, "Well, so did you need to talk to me, or And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to." And I'm like, "No apologies necessary. I was laughing when I was leaving that voicemail for you. I think you butt dialed me. So if you need me, call me back." But so we talked for like 5 minutes, and it's like, just laughing about it. And okay, have a good weekend. Okay, you too. Good seeing you. Same to you. And okay, bye. Okay. I just had to tell you about it, you guys. This is the crazy stuff that happens to me. I'm just saying. Let's keep going. Let's get the lights on. Wait, why is that? Okay, it's firing up. It's booting up. It's rebooting. Technical language. All right, now. I had something in my notes to tell you guys, but it's kind of boring. I don't know. It has to do with my career in community corrections, doing IT stuff, information technology. But I recently had like a major change to my career. So what I used to do, my current title is Principal Management Analyst. So I analyze management and I tell them everything they're doing wrong. So that's what management analysts do. No, I'm kidding. No, data analysis, data analytics, development, SQL Server servers and stuff. That's that was what I did. What I did, you guys, super boring, but find a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down. Feel the device that you're laying on supporting your body from your head to your feet. Relax all of your. This might put you to sleep. I don't know. But I used to be a developer, what we kind of used to call business intelligence development. Business intelligence meaning go out and grab a bunch of data, a bunch of random data that the users, management or whoever, used to have piles of paper and go through all this paper and stuff. Well, business intelligence takes data and it makes it really pretty, charts and graphs and, so that you don't have to go through all these reams of paper trying to figure out what's going on. So that's what I did for, I was with a different county for 6 years, did a bunch of data stuff there. And then my current county here in Minnesota, I've been here for 13 years. So, but anyway, data. If I cut myself and I'm bleeding, data will fall. Ones and zeros will fall out, right? But so anyway, I talked about probation officers and what a tough job they have, keeping track of all their clients. I mean, some of these POs have like 50 people that they have to meet with on a regular basis, depending on contact standards, if it's a high risk client or a medium or low risk client, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They got to keep track of all this stuff. And so what I did, I went out to our big system, pulled a bunch of data, manipulated the data, put it on one of my servers, and one of the guys in central IT said, geez, nobody has their own dedicated server for all the stuff they're doing, because they got sick and tired of all my requests to the help desk. Hey, I need a database set up. I need the users added. I need all this stuff. And so they're like, well, heck, let's just spin up a new server and put him in charge of it, make him system administrator, and he can just do whatever the heck he wants. So that's what I've been doing for 13 years. So it took a while for me to gain their trust, but anyway, so geez, you guys, this is boring, but I this is what I did. So anyway, POs have a really hard job. They got to keep track of a bunch of stuff. And in the main system, they have to click on all kinds of things. Well, what I did is I designed dashboards. So they click on an icon, they get this thing that comes up, and it gives demographics, and it gives their entire caseload, the list of all their clients, whether they've had an assessment. I'm not going to tell you about that, LSCMI, whatever, because they have to have it done every year, if they're due for one or not, if they're behind, and, how many cases, if there are conditions on the cases. It's just complicated. Corrections is complicated. So anyway, the POs, they double click on an icon, they get this thing that I designed, me and another guy. He did most of the data stuff. I did most of the design stuff, making it look nice. But then, and the POs loved it. They just were using it every day, and it really helped them manage their caseloads. So they knew what they were supposed to be doing, right? Well, then we took it away because the BCA, the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, state of Minnesota, they said, well, you know what, Jim, your dashboards are not BCA compliant. Security, CJIS, Criminal Justice Information System. We're moving everything into Azure, the cloud. That's complicated, but your dashboards don't meet the requirements for security. So we're going to, and I got and the notice went out to all the POs and the supervisors and the managers, upper management. I had dashboards for everybody, we assembled a team early on, and I was project manager and business analyst, project manager, PM, BA, doing all those roles, wearing different hats and stuff. So I assembled this team. Guess what? We're designing software. You know what? Ask the users what they want and then give it to them. So I had these repeating meetings, and it's something called the Agile methodology for doing project management. Tell me what you want. Okay, you want a list of your clients, okay, and sorted by this, and okay, so here you go. How's that look? Oh, that's great. Okay, but can we add like some other stuff? Okay, cool. I'll see you back here in 2 weeks. I do the development, get it looking pretty, and bring it back to the meeting. What do you guys think now? This is awesome. We love it. But can we add cases and, can we add the, whether it's a felony or a petty misdemeanor or gross misdemeanor and the charges and stuff? Sure, no problem. I've got that data. 2 weeks later, here you go. What do you think? Oh my gosh. So are you sleeping yet? So the POs, probation officers, they really got used to using my dashboard. But then we took it away, and I got all kinds of crazy emails. Hilarious, because people know I've got a sense of humor at work, right? And so I'm getting these emojis with like a tombstone with RIP dashboard, and people are sending me emails like, Jim, what are we going to do now? I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel your pain, because we just yanked the rug out, nobody's fault, but it's just the security. I keep doing this, sorry, air quotes. But yeah, security is nope, can't do your dashboards anymore. So, and I was in the meeting when we turned everything off. We shut down my dashboards. And so, yeah, kind of a sad day. This was, you guys, this was 13 years of my work. It took us, the team, and on the team, I had POs, like the very, the users, then supervisors, managers, deputy directors. Everybody had a different dashboard, and it gave them all kinds of stuff. We cut all of that off. So I'm talking to POs like every day now, and they're like, I'm like, I know, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm really sorry, and they get it. It's no one's fault. But so I used to do business intelligence development, doing these dashboards and making charts and cool stuff, right? Well, so now they took that all away. So what do I do now? Empty garbage? Do I vacuum the office, or whatever? I don't care. It all pays the same. Just tell me what to do. So I've got the same title and everything. But so what I'm doing now is people have trouble, users have trouble. And so they send in tickets to our help desk, our corrections help desk. And we have a team of, I think, like 6 people now. And so we all answer these tickets. I forgot my password. My laptop is acting crazy. Can you come over and try and figure that out? I did spend half a day today on doing that. Check the network connection and the wire going into the wall and all that stuff and all the technical stuff I used to do when I was running my own computer support company, right? I told you guys about that a long time ago. I had 700 clients, just me, banks, hospitals, attorneys, CPAs. Hey, we're having computer problems. Can you come over? Okay, well, bring. Can you come over? And when the phone rings, it's money, right? I mean, I was billing out per hour, right? So I'm not a developer anymore, a programmer, SQL, server, doing cool server stuff. But it's okay. I'm okay with it. And what makes it more fun now is I have a lot more interaction with the users. So I'll go over to someone's cube and I'll go like this on their cube and I'm like, okay, what'd you break now? Just making light of it and just joking around because people work hard in corrections. That's, when I was first hired in, I had no idea what corrections was all about. I'm like, oh, geez. You mean like jail and, incarceration and stuff like that? Like, and I'm thinking, are these people going to be like, no. Those of us that are in public sector working for the public, we work for you guys. We don't work for a CEO. We're not working for Apple making, Tim Cook or whatever. We're not making someone richer. We are working, my department works for the community, helping people get back on their feet. And yes, people make bad decisions, but well, we all do that, right? Especially me. That's why I joined corrections, because I need a lot of correcting, right? But it's like when I started working in corrections, I'm not kidding. Any of you that are watching from work, right? My co-buddies, you would all agree, we're like family. That's about the only way I can explain it, you guys. And people, were aware that I was going through my cancer treatment. So when I finally got back to the office after a year of being gone, people were giving me hugs and stuff. And it's like, these are some of the hardest working people I've ever seen. Helping felons get back on the road and getting back into, programming and, figure it out. And so, okay, so how you doing today? Are you doing okay? Is there anything I can help you with? Or, did you get a car then? Oh, good. You got a car. Good. So, just this is kind of a little open the lid on, what really goes on in corrections, community corrections. Yeah, these people are not what I expected. Some of my best friends are at work, and yeah, fist bumps in the hall, and joking around, and what'd you do to your hair, or just whatever, whatever, So, long story, but I just wanted to tell you guys about that. My job duties have changed like drastically. I'm like exhausted now because I'm running all over the place, different cubes and talking to people, and I love it. I love it. Talking to users, What'd you break now? No, you're supposed to use the mouse with your left hand, and nobody told you that. Stuff like, you guys know me, right? But anyway, so do we have time for anything else? Jeez. Yeah, no, we don't. But so you guys know the drill. Thank you so much for your comments are awesome. I love responding to your comments. If you don't go back and read the comments, shame on you, because I respond to every comment. And I try to inject a little bit of humor, all right? Or a little levity, all right? Man, I talked fast in this video. I hope you kept up or put you to sleep, either way. But anyway, I got to go, you guys. Thank you. Love you. All right, talk to you later. Okay, bye.